Hello guys, in today's video, we're gonna check out the best camera for film students in this year. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I've tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability, and many more. To find out more information about these best camera for film students, you can check out the description below. If you want to get a best quality, best camera for film students according to your needs, then watch the video till the end and then decide to buy. At the first position of our list, we have Fujifilm X-T4. The Fujifilm X-T4 is somewhat of a powerhouse considering its size. It's slightly chunkier than the X-T3, but the added 6.5 stops of in-body stabilization definitely make it worth it, especially considering you won't need a gimbal as much. The video specs are pretty impressive. It's capable of shooting 4K 6-type 10-bit 4:2.0 video internally, but if you connect it to one of the best on-camera monitors, it can shoot up to 4:2.2 for more accurate colors. It benefits from a fully articulated screen, so whether you want to shoot from the hip, overhead, or record yourself, it's super easy, and the screen even flips on itself so it's protected when not being used. It uses a phase detect autofocus system, which on the whole is pretty accurate, though it can hunt occasionally. If you're after a camera that is portable, affordable, and also takes high-quality photos and video, the Fujifilm X-T4 is well worth considering. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Panasonic Lumix GH5 II. The Panasonic Lumix GH5 II is a new version of the GH5, a camera that was ahead of its time when it was launched in 2017. You still get the same 20MP stills, 4K 6-type video, and 4K 10-bit 4:2.2 video recorded internally, as well as a 6K photo mode for ultra-fast burst shooting. 4K video at up to 6-type is not unusual by today's standards, but this is still a very powerful, very rounded camera that is likely to appeal to serious filmmakers who can look past the headlines. If your budget can't quite stretch the GH5 II, the Panasonic GH5 is still an excellent bit of kit and will still enable you to capture professional-looking videos. It might be 5 years old now, but it will still last the length of your course and then some. Alternatively, if you want to splash some cash and get the most up-to-date system, the Panasonic GH6 offers some seriously impressive features such as 5.7K recording. The number 3 position is held by Panasonic Lumix S5. If you want to truly step up your filming skills, the Panasonic S5 features a full-frame image sensor, which is about 50% larger than Super 35/APS-C and 100% larger than Micro Four Thirds. This gives a number of technical advantages over smaller formats, from higher resolution and detail to cleaner ISO and low-light performance. It also delivers the creative effect of an incredibly shallow depth of field for superior subject separation and dreamy out-of-focus backgrounds. In effect, the S5 is essentially a full-frame version of the GH5. Though it's actually smaller and lighter, though it incorporates features from the Netflix-approved Panasonic Lumix with 10-bit 4:2.0 4K 6 diffs and up to 108 diffs in 1000 type. It's an absolute powerhouse, though it's worth noting that native L-mount lenses are quite expensive, and like all Panasonics, the continuous AF can be a little flaky. However, you can easily adapt all manner of other lenses, and for filmmaking, which is very different to vlogging, you'll likely be pulling focus manually anyway. Next at number 4, we have Panasonic Lumix GH5s, a version of the Panasonic GH5 that has been tweaked for video at the expense of some of its still shooting capabilities. It offers just 10 megapixels, and thus even more dedicated to the art of filming, and particularly so in low light. Here we get not just regular 16:9 ratio 4K footage and the option of cinema 4K at the slightly wider 17:9 ratio. Along with twin II card slots to cope with the data-hungry demand, we are also gifted dual native ISO. The latter is a feature borrowed from its maker's Pro video cams that claims to deliver less noise at higher sensitivities, thereby making the camera a more proficient tool when recording in lower light. Naturally, this being Panasonic, 8MP stills can be snatched from a 4K video sequence, and unlike regular stills cameras, video recording duration doesn't cut off at just shy of 30 minutes, with far too many nuanced video features to go into here. Check out our standalone long-form review of the GH5S for the fuller picture. The number 5 position is held by Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. Designed for videography from the get-go, the 8-breath Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K isn't an option to consider if you're looking to shoot stills as well. For this chunky retro-looking device is based around a micro 4/3 lens mount and 4/3 sensor combo, while being heads and shoulders above actual 4/3 stills cameras when it comes to video capability. It benefits from a huge 5-inch LCD, lots of onboard connectivity, dual card slots, and dual native ISO. The latter meaning that this Blackmagic option actually delivers low-noise 4K video recording more impressively than some full-frame sensor cameras, which is a high recommendation. If it's video you want pure and simple, you could even say it's magic. The number 6 position is dominated by Sony A6400. While this compact, solid feel Sony may not offer 60/50p 4K capture like a couple of its rivals, it does utilize full pixel readout, capturing oversampled 6K data and then downsampling to 3840x 2160 pixels UHD resolution. It also offers clean HDMI output to external recorders, while claiming to offer the world's fastest AF acquisition time of 0.2 seconds. The above is undoubtedly what sets this camera apart and makes it worthy of investigation by those looking to get into shooting 4K video on a budget, as apart from the features mentioned, the A6400 is rather conventional. It has to be said though, the fact that the magnesium alloy body is dust and moisture resistant will aid film students looking for a camera that won't let them down, while once again a tilting rear LCD screen offers up flexibility for anyone looking to get creative, student or otherwise. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Canon EOS Rebel SL3 DSLR. Described by us as one of the best beginner-targeted interchangeable lens cameras ever. We get the ability here to shoot 4K video coupled up with Canon's latest Digic 8 processor. A further bonus is live view autofocus utilizing dual pixel sensor technology, thereby ensuring a swifter response than the contrast AF used by many competing model sensors when placed in live view mode. For composing and reviewing videos, the DSLR's flip-out and twist LCD screen adds creative flexibility, but there are some limitations. For example, when switching from Full HD video to 4K shooting, there's a significant crop factor, which effectively narrows the lens angle of view, meaning you may need to step back and reframe your shot. Focusing in video mode isn't instantaneous either, but it is at least smooth and silent, avoiding jerky transitions between subjects. While not 100% perfect, then this is still a decent option for film students looking to cut their teeth. Finally, the number 8 position is dominated by Nikon Z50. Crammed full of technology, it has trickled down from its Nikon Z and Z7 bigger brothers. The Z50 has the advantage of capturing 4K across the entirety of its sensor width, rather than a cropped version that some of its rivals have employed. On top of this, 4K time-lapse sequences can be created in camera, while shooting in full HD adds additional slow-motion footage. Digital image stabilization is provided in video mode only, plus a tilting 1 million dot touchscreen flips through 180 to face the person in front of the lens. This obviously makes the Z50 particularly useful for vloggers, not just film students looking to buy the best capture device they can for their budget. If you want a similar but retro-styled camera, then also check out the recently released Nikon Z50. The biggest downside is there still aren't many lenses available for it, but that does seem to be improving. That's all for today. We upload camera accessories review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.